This is with gas and EV.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge difference. Oh, holy cow. Wow. That is impressive. Hey everybody, it's Doc. Welcome to the channel. So today we're going to do a walk around and a review of a very cool Toyota hot rod. Now you might think it's that Corolla Morizo behind me, but no, it's something just as cool, and I'm going to turn this camera around so we can take a look. So, and here is the star today. It's not that. No, it is that. It is a 2023 RAV4 Prime, and you think, well, RAV4 hot rod. Actually, this thing's pretty cool.
Fastest in its class.
Okay, so this is my brother Michael. I have 5 brothers. He's just one up from me, and there's more. You've met Mark already. And so the RAV4, you've had it about a year.
I got it in September last year.
September last year, and you've got about 5,000 miles on it. And this car has, and when I say hot rod, this is what? Is this the fastest car in the Toyota lineup?
Fastest car in its class.
Fastest car in its class.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that really saying much?
Not just for Toyota, but for everything else. As far as an SUV, I don't know how they classify.
Okay, so actually not just Toyota, but in its class.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And so this is a plug-in hybrid. It's got a 4-cylinder. Do we know how many liters? 2.5 liter.
I have a 2.8, I think. But.
Okay, and so it's got 170 horsepower gasoline engine with a series of electric motors. There are, I think, 2 motors up front.
Correct. Which
equal 180 horsepower, and then there is a motor in the very back that is 55 horsepower. There is no physical connection between the front and the back as far as drivetrain goes, and through the magic of science and physics, 150 plus 170 plus 55 equals 302 horsepower. So correct. I don't know how that works, but yeah. We'll go with it. And the cool thing about this car, SUV, CUV, whatever we're going to call it, is the fact that if you guys are good at history and you know about the GMC Typhoon, which was the SUV version of the GMC Cyclone, which was powered by the Grand National Turbo V6, which for quite a while was the fastest 0 to 60 car in the world. Yep. This car matches that as far as 0 to 60 times, with 0 to 60 somewhere between 5.5 and 5.9, depending on which source you read. So it's quick, and it's efficient, and it's cool. So we're going to do a little walk around, and you know, which is this the XLE? So this is the XSE trim, and it's my understanding this is like the second from the top as far as trim.
Yeah, as far as the trim goes, there's only one that's more expensive, and that would be the one that has like the cameras, and it's not really noticeably different.
Right. So this does not have Safety Sense 2.0 or 3.0.
No.
Because it doesn't have the cameras. So that makes sense. It doesn't make it any less nice. So, you know, we're going to do a quick walk around because you guys have seen these cars before. You've seen, you know, the Prime's been out for a while, but it doesn't make it any less cool. So on this side is the gas, which you can only get into by accessing it from the inside. Whereas on this side, we have our plug-in, which just pops open, surprisingly. And it has an onboard charger. It will charge, it's got a 18.5 kilowatt battery with a range of about 42 miles, with the exception of if you're doing stuff on the highway, like what's the quinky dinks there?
Well, I would say the correction is the 18 kilowatt battery is only for the first 41 miles.
Right.
It's got I think it's 25 or 28 kilowatt total, but those are reserved. The rest of it's reserved for the hybrid portion of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you charge it to 100%,
It's
Oh
actually,
no, that's actually, we're talking about the 18 kilowatt battery there. That's my mistake.
that's the mistake is that it's not an 18 kilowatt battery. There's a 20. It's like 25 or 26 kilowatt battery. 18 of that is used for the first
So
40 some miles.
so when you charge it to that, what they're saying is 100%, it's actually a full 18 kilowatts, but it's really only 80% of the battery, or 90% of the
Yeah,
battery.
whatever that is, whatever
Whatever that is,
80% of 85% of a 25
Okay.
is.
So and realistically, it's not damaging the battery, which is the good part. It's a pretty car. Looking at, like I said, with the hybrid system, so backing up to that, you've got about 42 miles of range optimally.
Yeah, and that's stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. Don't use the air conditioner.
Right. So
Okay.
if you got on the highway and you traveled at 65 miles an hour, would you make it 42 miles?
No, in just EV, you're only going to get probably 24, 25 because the faster you go, the more energy it uses.
Okay. And I really like the trim on this. I like the tuxedo-ish black trim with the white. It's a very attractive vehicle, and I like the wheels. And I don't say that much about many stock vehicles. I think we've talked about the drivetrain. Let's pop open the trunk here and take a look at the under the hatch.
The hot hatch?
This is kind of a hot hatch. And then back here, so it's typical RAV4. I think is there a little less room in this than a regular RAV4, or is this pretty much a standard?
No, I think it's all standard. I think the only difference is I don't think this has a full-size tire where the other one does. That's pretty much it. And there's no space underneath.
Okay, so and that's really nice that you have a spare.
Yeah.
Because most cars don't have a spare. I like the rubberized backing. Did that come with the car? Or did you buy that?
No, that's with it. And what's actually interesting about that is sort of this, is that it's actually connected to the floor.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, which is actually nice.
That's pretty cool. And I like the cargo hooks.
Yep.
You get the JBL sound system. And it's really nice. Those seats flop down and come up really nicely. We're going to drop this one just for fun. And that's actually a really nice cargo area. Very easy to put down, relatively flat.
Yep.
I wouldn't say you could sleep in it, but
Depends how tired you are.
or how short you are.
Yeah,
one of the
pretty
two.
much.
All right. So we were chatting a little bit about the charging, and you were saying it does come with a cable and a plug,
Correct, but
it's a 110.
it's 110 and it takes 12 hours to charge.
Okay, so for your 40-mile supplemental electrical.
Or
Yeah.
just to go ahead and fill whatever the battery is, the 85%.
Okay.
Whatever
And so you've got you're set up for 220.
Yep.
Which is 50 amp, I would assume.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and how long does it take to charge for your 50 amp?
2.5 hours.
But the car thinks it takes 4 hours.
No, actually, well,
So I wonder how
depending
that
on
works.
who you talk to.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on, how much amperage you really have, what's really going on with your electricity. But the app in the car, if you check it after an hour and a half of doing a 220 charge, it'll say it's at 33% and it has another 2.5 hours of charge, but then a half an hour later, you'll look at it and it's fully charged. So the app's not real reliable.
Okay, the app's, so
But in our setup, it's 12 hours to charge it on 110 and it's 2.5, pretty much right on the nose to do from a very empty, not empty battery, but from that,
right.
I think it's charging 18 kilowatts at that point.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We're going to take a look at the inside here, and let's take a look at the front. And I really do like this interior. I like the red stripes on the seat. These are very nicely bolstered seats, which they keep you in place better than most SUVs. I wonder if this has different seats than regular RAV4s. Do you know?
All of these are going to be exactly the same. There's no difference until you drop down in, class or whatever, that it goes to cloth.
It goes to cloth.
And the cloth is, I hate to say it, is like lycra spandex. It's really not nice.
Okay.
Yeah, this is really, I'm not a big leather guy.
This is really nice. Well, I like the red stitching.
Yeah.
I like the red stitching in the steering wheel. It's very reminiscent. Actually, it might be exactly the same as my Circuit Edition steering wheel on the Corolla. You apparently have a winter package on there because I see a heated steering wheel.
Heated seats too.
And heated seats. Okay.
Also in the rear too.
And then we've got our big infotainment center there, which that's rather large. I mean, compared to my Corolla, it's rather giant. We've got our automatic. We've got our basically our command center which tells us which modes we can be in, Eco Sport and Trail, which I just saw TFL do a review of this in the snow.
How'd it do?
It did okay.
Yeah.
It you know, the tires were the limiting factor,
Yeah.
but otherwise it did okay. And you know, this is standard Toyota, not overly done interior, but it's efficient and it's, you know, it's pretty roomy. How's that door open? Nope.
No.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's it. So that's much like my Corollas, where you kind of wish it would notch itself open a little bit further, but it doesn't. The winter mats are really nice, and I really do love this red stitching on the seats. It's very attractive. Looking up, you got a sunroof, and very, very cool. Oh, look at that. Okay. So we've got our engine compartment, which is
A little dusty.
like all modern engine compartments where they've just given up on aesthetics and they just lay the plumbing out, which probably mechanics like it a lot better.
And one of the few, I want to say, the very few disappointing facts on the car is this.
Oh, the fact that you don't have struts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that you pay $50,000 and you got a stick.
Well,
You know, so.
right
Or
there,
even
same-
more money and probably still have a stick.
Same thing. Yep, exactly. And I think that's just the going trend because they're trying to cut costs everywhere. And how often are people staring under their hood? I suppose.
That and the
But-
struts probably get in the way too.
Again, you know, like I said, it's a rather complicated yet still efficient looking system. As far as it looks like, everything is as accessible as possible, and not covered up with a big plastic cover that makes it look
Nothing-
like a Hemi or something. You know.
Nothing dressy here.
Yeah, and that's, you know, I appreciate, you know, just having the business end be the business end. All right, let's go for a drive.
No, it's already on. You just turned it off.
Sorry. Okay. Oh shit.
Or you did something. Let it. No, just you gotta let it do it. Think what it's doing. Okay, get ready to go.
All right. So press the brake pedal. Push power switch to drive. What's the power switch? This is power switch.
No,
This is push
no.
power.
I think you're. It's on. You're on. You
Okay.
you just put
All
it.
right.
Put it.
Can
in.
we open the sunroof just a little bit to have a little
Yeah,
bit
sure.
of
I have
the...
no idea how to do it.
Really? All right. So it says open. There you go.
Just have some air.
Yeah, just you know. And this camera does a pretty good job of not picking up wind noise,
Okay.
which is not the greatest microphone in the world. So I just put it in reverse.
Yep. And it goes.
Nope.
No?
I think I need to
Okay, well,
push the power button.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh,
So
well, I showed you whatever.
hey, that's right.
Okay.
All right. And then we've got a nice backup camera.
And it's accurate.
I like the fact that it's got the one green line and that it
Yeah.
probably curves with you.
Yep.
So that's pretty all right. So that's usually how you do you back
Yeah,
up
yeah.
there.
Yep.
Okay. It's so weird. I mean, you know, I've owned a Tesla, and this just feels different in the electric world because I think we're also working through some mechanicals on it. Silent.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's even quieter with the roof closed.
So so as far as the hot rod part of it, when you want to go fast, you said it's not as fast in electric only as it is when it's in gas electric mode. Is that correct?
I think that's probably correct, but it depends on, I think, more or less. And I would say we just demonstrated on the street going up.
Okay.
Okay. 'Cause I never really tested it, but I have a feeling that the 0 to 30 is the same. It's only the gas only is assisted if it's higher than that.
Okay.
You know, so I would say just get on it right here. It's all going to be straight.
Okay.
And see what it does in electric, and then we can go ahead and
gas it. That's impressive.
yeah.
That's.
And I would say go up here and turn around, go back down, do the exact same thing, and switch it to HV.
Okay. Okay. So is there a roundabout up here or something?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just this little. You can just go out. There's no traffic on this road, pretty much. So.
All right.
Just do it.
So we'll do a repeat.
Do a little repeat so you get the exact same sense. Because I'm not even sure, you know.
Okay.
But I sort of got the sense that maybe the gas helped a little bit the other day in traffic, where you can go ahead and actually test something like that.
All right. Does it make a little like extra special noise when you're backing up? Did I catch that?
Yeah, it's more like you're starting your jet engine.
Okay. So how do we get it into?
All you do is you see it's on EV right there.
Okay.
Far. There you go. Now you're hybrid.
Oh, there we go. Heard the engine start.
Yep.
All right. And we'll give it another shot. So this is with gas and EV.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge difference. Oh, holy cow. Wow. That is impressive. It's not Tesla Model Y times, but that is really
impressive
really
for
impressive.
a car that weighs this much too.
Well, and while it's a little bit slower than the Tesla Model Y.
Okay, so what type of road do you want to go on? That's going to be very, very curvy. This is going to be through a development that you're not really going to be able to speed.
Let's go curvy.
Okay.
So while it's not Model Y fast time 0 to 60, it's a lot faster when you need to get more fuel.
Absolutely.
And get more range. Yeah. So it's really, in my opinion, particularly, granted now you live in California, but for me in the Midwest, this is perfect for Midwesterners because there just are not the number of charging stations in the Midwest that there are here.
Yeah. Well, and even then though, I think most people are charging. If you're as a daily driver, you're charging from home.
Right, which is the smart way to charge. Yeah.
Unless of course, we have free charging down towards the highway. So if you own 2 Teslas, you could leave one there, charge it, and then just trade it out every day.
There you go. Is that level 2, level 1 charging? Is it fast charging or is
it's the fast charging?
Okay.
As long as it's not nobody's vandalizing the things.
Does that happen often out here?
Yes.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
So you were going to tell me that there are things you love about this car, and there's things that you don't love so much about this car.
Yeah.
So what are the loves as far as? The
loves are definitely the less cost as far as the going somewhere. Okay. I look forward to not having the brake work done, because most of the money you spend on your car, your first car, or any car, is always going to be brake work. There shouldn't be any brake work.
And so this is there a fair amount of regen with this as far as?
Yeah. This will regen everything up to full lockup.
Okay.
In other words, you really, really have to fucking step on it to go ahead and get it to actually engage the pads.
Okay.
And I think I've done that maybe once, and that was it. And that was just a test to see if I could do it.
And the theory against against hybrids is that you actually have double the maintenance. You have the electric maintenance and the gasoline maintenance. But like you're saying, at least you have less brake maintenance.
That's a valid point, but the bottom line is, when I talk to the dealer, I'm like, when do I need to bring the car in to be serviced? Which they're really looking at oil and all that sort of stuff. It's every 5,000 miles, and that 5,000 miles fucking could be, only 400 with the gas motor actually being used, or it could be 4,000 with the gas motor being used, depending on, how you drive.
Right.
So
And that was going to be my question: is how do you determine when it requires gas service?
they just say 5,000.
Just 5,000 miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the reality is, the way I drive, they're going to be servicing all that oil and all that. I'm assuming they're just going to service it. Okay?
Right.
They're not going to look at it and go, oh, it's okay.
Right.
Or it is possible the onboard computer keeps track of that and would sit there and say, hey, the gas motor's only been used so much time. Maybe
Well,
not miles, but hours.
The recommendations always are
5,000.
that that any motor, no matter how little you drive it, it has to be serviced with an oil change every 12 months, just because you collect condensation in your oil and stuff like that. So that's probably, like I said, I think 5,000 would be.
It's going to be under that, but
right.
close
So
enough.
tell me about the things you don't like.
The don't like is you open up and it doesn't matter what door it is or the hatchback, and if let's say it rained or you washed the car and you open up that door, it drips right on you. I mean,
every door will drip on you.
The hatchback, you lift it up, it drips right fucking on you. If you're in that realm, it'll drip on you. If you're the same with the hatchback, if you go ahead and you just follow this road.
Okay.
If you open that sucker up and aren't standing back, it'll drip right on you. And I'm not talking about drip. I'm talking about whatever's in that rail is on you.
So what any other dislikes?
I'm just surprised at $50,000 you go that way up
Okay.
to back to the house.
Okay, so any other dislikes for your $50,000?
Other than $50,000, no. I mean, it definitely does everything that they say it will do. I mean, I'm disappointed that I had to spend $1,000 to put in an electrical charging thing.
Right.
Because I mean, it's really well. And again, the other major dislike is that you can't turn, and this is probably the biggest one. You can't turn the system off. So in other words, again, at 6 o'clock in the morning, my electricity jumps, it triples. Okay. The only way for me to defeat that would either be come out and unplug the car, okay, if I'm doing a 110. Okay.
So you have to make sure that so you have to make sure that your charging cycle is done before your electric bill
change
the rates change.
Correct.
Because it goes back to daytime.
Which is impossible to do because you have midnight to 6 a.m. is the cheapest time.
Right.
And when I say cheapest time by 8 or 9 times. It'll be 15 cents at night, it'll be 50 cents in the morning. So you really, and if it takes 12 hours to charge and you only done 6, it's going to continue. You can't ask the car.
You can't program it to stop at that point and then charge again the next night.
Correct. You actually you have to unplug the car, or if you had a timer that would turn it off on the house.
That's interesting.
And it's so that's really disappointing because that's a simple ask. That hey, I just want to be able to say start time is this, off time is this.
Well, and to be honest, Elon would have done that. I mean, literally, people have asked him on the forum, hey Elon, can you do this? And he's like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Teslas are capable of that. I think they are. I think they're capable of a start and stop time.
That's my understanding too.
Yeah. It's been a few years since I've owned my Tesla, but I was very happy with its ability to be, as far as calculating and planning when you needed to have your charge started and stopped. I think it was very good at that.
That just makes sense.
And it was accurate. It was accurate. When it said it was going to be done charging, it was done charging. Where like you're telling me that your system, it'll say 4 hours and it's done at 2. Yeah. So that would not be a Tesla thing.
Yeah.
Well, this is a very awesome car.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
I definitely like it. Wasn't real keen on the red stitching at first, but it grew very quickly. I mean, actually, Nana liked it right away. I don't know why I didn't. I guess maybe I didn't like the color maroon or something. I don't know.
See, it's funny, and I equate that to the GR series of vehicles as a sporty thing. And I was rather surprised to see it in here. So I don't know if that
would have made a whole lot of difference.
There's talk about making a GR RAV4 Prime.
That's fine. We're on our way at this point.
Let's
No, I really like it. I'm really glad you recommended it. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's
fucking
okay.
genius.
So close. Let's play with your sunroof for a few minutes here, and then this would probably tip it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can tip it that way.
And I haven't. Well, and
What's
then
this do?
I don't know. I think it's a light.
Oh, it's a phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, you press that. It's emergency.
Okay.
It's the SOS.
Okay, cool. We're done. You guys have a great day. We'll see you out there. Have a good one.